Welcome to the 2012 Excalibur Awards.
Hey, good morning. My name is Todd Bell. I'm a Senior Vice President in IT with Verizon. More importantly, I am the Chairman of the Board of Directors for the Technology Association of Georgia, more importantly for today. And I'm also the Chairman of the committee this year. So on behalf of the Excalibur Committee, I would like to welcome all of you here. If you have any doubts whether technology is alive and well in the state of Georgia, look around you. We've been doing this thing for 8 years. In over 8 years, the crowd has built in this room. We're a little over 500 today, which I think is a record for Excalibur Awards. Not only that, you will see in the level of competition in the Excalibur Awards this year, the level of technology in that competition continues to go up year over year. So technology is alive and well in the state of Georgia. Now, Tino asked me to kind of give an intro into what the Excalibur Awards are all about. And last year he did the same thing and I butchered it, and I plan on butchering it this year. But fortunately, there's a video that's going to help, kind of explain what I butcher here. So think about the sword and the stone, Excalibur, right? The sword gave medieval warriors that competitive edge in the field against their competition, against their enemy. We look at technology as that sword that you guys, that companies and nonprofits are taking forward to drive things like finding new markets to penetrate, using that technology to drive cost out of business, or even in the education world, reaching students better through technology. So the judges this year had the monumental task of picking through a record quantity of Excalibur Awards nominations. We also had the monumental task of digging through the highest quality I think we've seen in 8 years of nominees. I just want to stop right now and say I was part of that committee that looked at all these applications, and I have to say that everybody that submitted a nomination this year is a winner in my mind. There were some great things in there, so it's very tough to pick these guys. We had categories we had diversity in the candidates, anywhere from somebody that's in the music development industry all the way to a logistics company. So you're going to see that kind of in some of the nominations you see today. So that's what we look at. That's kind of the way we look at the Excalibur Awards. So now that I've slaughtered that, I'll let Frank play the video. So TAG creates events like this to recognize the best in the state of Georgia. In the first part of the year, in the March time frame, we have the Georgia Technology Summit, which celebrates companies that create technology. In October, we have the Excalibur Awards, which really recognizes companies that utilize technology to propel their business forward. We have a lot of great nominations today. The one thing they have in common is that they are driving toward technology solutions, driving cost out of their business, or finding opportunities like penetrating new markets. Events like this don't just happen, though. We have a very engaged board of directors in the Technology Association of Georgia. We also have a good partnership with Business and Technology Alliance here in Georgia that helps put on this event. And I have a very engaged, in fact, Tino stacked this committee for me 2 years ago, a very engaged committee that make things like this happen, and they did a great job. So I'd like to ask all the board of directors, Business and Technology Alliance representatives here, leadership council folks from the TAG board, if you guys would stand up, I'd like to recognize you guys. Come on, I know we got board of directors in the room. These guys are driving technology forward in the state of Georgia. I'd also like to recognize the TAG staff members that made today happen. Barbara Martin and the TAG staff, if you guys would stand up. You've done a fantastic job. These guys have worked tirelessly to make today happen, and I really appreciate that. So, everybody knows the fuel for an event like this is sponsorship. This year, we raised a record-breaking $175,000 to go toward the betterment of technology in the state of Georgia through this event. So I'd like to thank all of those sponsors. On your table is a table tent that shows who our bronze, gold, silver, and platinum sponsors are. Take a look at who they are. Do business with them. They are driving technology in the state of Georgia. They're creating jobs here. So thank you guys very much. I'd like to call out our sponsors right now, some of them. Our platinum sponsors are ASAP, Jabian Consulting, and Verizon. And Verizon's a good company. You ought to do business with those guys. They're really good. Our gold sponsor is Shore Group. And our bronze sponsors are Primus Software, Infor, and Mannheim. So I'd like to give a strong round of applause for doing what you did today. Thank you. And once again, I'd like to thank all the applicants that are here. All of you are winners in my mind, and thank you for being here. So I'm going to go through the agenda very quickly, and then we're going to get started. So first, we have 2 awards before our keynote speaker, the Creativity and Education Award. Then the chair of our Business and Technology Alliance will stand up and talk about the importance of the Excalibur Awards to the community. And certainly the highlight of today will be our keynote speaker, Janet Sherlock, the CIO of Carter's. So we really look forward to that. By the way, after Janet's speech, there will be mics in the between the tables here that you guys can ask questions after she's through. So you will have time for questions. And then we'll finally wrap up with the awards for the small, mid-size, and large companies. So thank you guys for being here, and let's get started.